therefore won't speak to her because she only wants to speak to Mikey. That's not the case. Like, this just isn't, is it? That's what's dumb about it. That's where individual egos get inflated. Kirsty and Jess are killing it on the Italian hands, thank you. But that's where like individual egos get involved and stuff, and it's a case of like, oh, Andy only speaks to Andy girls, so if Andy's interactive, I'll be an Andy girl for the day. Then your personal ego gets inflated by it, and then you go, well, I'm the most famous person in the band, or the most popular member because I've got the most Andy girls. It's not the case. We don't care about that. We don't want there to be a one standout member that everyone's drawn to and then there's the other four. We want it to be a case of everyone is here for the common goal of supporting Road Trip, the brand and the band and the people in it. And if one of us does well, we all do well. And it's just... I hope you guys understand. I hope you understand that we are at home. We get 1-2 weeks off max every 6 months. We all have families, we all have responsibilities in our personal life. So if we are slightly less active, whether it be in terms of uploading vlogs or uploading covers, bear in mind we were in Europe 2 weeks ago, we were home last week, we had summer in the city this weekend, and we're at home again now. If our content isn't as regular, then we apologise, but please cut us some slack, because you have to understand that we are people as well. X_Jess Keys. Do we follow you? No, we don't. We do now. You've been amazing. And Kirsty with 600 Italians. I love you. My phone has fallen. This is nightmarish. Emily Rose with a concert. Love you, Emily. XO_Rody with a concert. Thank you. But yeah, I hope that clears some of the drama up. I wouldn't even class it as drama. I'd class it as people taking an opinion as fact, and then when they don't share the same opinion, being upset and feeling attacked. And that's not the case. That's never my intention. We've all made mistakes. We're young boys, we're human. Do you know what I mean? But one thing I think that all 5 of us share in common is that we'd never like to make one individual feel bad when it's something to do with supporting the band. 4 concerts from Arkansas Roadies is insane. Love you, thank you very much. I know we're dumb, I know we are extravagant and weird, but I don't think, speaking on behalf of the other 4, I don't think there's a bad bone in any of their bodies. I think people make mistakes, not because they're bad people, but because everyone makes mistakes. But I don't think it would ever be anyone's intention to go, I'm going to make this person feel bad today because they don't think the way I do. Particularly when that person is a supporter. Do you know what I mean? So please understand that. Please don't give myself, because I obviously got quite a lot of the backlash last night, or any of the other boys, a hard time whilst we're at home. It's just unnecessary, isn't it? Particularly when the issue is so minor about favouritism in the fan base. It's not the case, is it? Like, it's not like in VIP or in meet and greet, we only sell it to our favourites. Everyone's more than welcome, and we get a photo with everyone, and we speak to everyone, and we do everyone's VMs, and we do everything we can to make it as equal and fair as possible. That's just... If you don't view it that way, then I apologise, but again, I'm telling you straight facts, because I've always told you straight facts. That's pretty much it. Scarlett with a concert, thank you very much. Other than that, my time at home has been lovely and very chilled out, because anyone who knows me as an individual outside of the band knows that I'm what's called a recluse, and a recluse is someone that doesn't really like company all that much and likes to just chill out and be in his own space. Helps me with Sonia with a load of Italian hands, thank you. And Nina with a love bang, thank you. It's like when I'm alone, I'm in my feelings more. I can process bigger life events that I've not had time to process when I'm doing band stuff. I can write about them. I love writing music. I love sitting down and watching YouTube stuff and being inspired by it without the risk of someone walking in. I like my own company a lot. Obviously when I'm with the band I have the best time. But this time off, the first 5 days I was here, I spent a lot of it running around, seeing friends, going to like social events and stuff like that. Then we had summer in the city, which was a massive, like on reflection, a very mixed weekend. I enjoyed the show way more than I thought I would. It was, in my head at the time, it was the best show the band had ever done. It's the best show I'd ever been a part of in my career. I think it was just a lot of heightened emotion, but I did thoroughly enjoy the show. Like watching it back, it wasn't my personal best show, I'm not gonna lie. The energy was good, but vocally, a bit off. I think the excitement took its toll. But anyway, so yeah, for the past 5-6 days or so that we've been home, well, it's more like 4 days that we've been home, spent a lot of time with my mum. It was her birthday yesterday. Went to see some family today. Gone out for a few meals, and that is literally it. And I've seen one friend. I like just chilling out and writing music. Something else I'm going to make a quick point about is that our Instagram DMs are messing up at the minute. Any with an Italian hand, thank you very much. So I went to click on this morning, because I do always go through DMs. Whether I reply to 50,000 a day is debatable, but I'd say I reply to about between 20 and 30 or whatever. Anything that I find intriguing or interesting, I'll go, that's sick. Or if I see something on a different form of social media, I'll let them know that I think it's awesome. I clicked on it this morning, and the last hour's worth of DMs was about 200 DMs long. I went to scroll up to go past that, and it said, there is a problem loading your messages, please try again. So we are now stuck on this select group of 200. So any new message that's coming through, it's automatically like discounting it as a message. And I've had people be like, oh, you left our group chat. Well, why would we do that? We've been in it for like a year and a half. So it's not a case of going, oh, click off that, that's annoying. That's not the case. We get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs. Don't feel personally attacked by it. It's something that's going wrong with our Instagram, which is frustrating, but it will fix itself. And when it does, feel free to add us into any and all group chats, and nothing will change in that respect. So don't worry, you're not hated if Road Trip have left your group chat today. It's just something that's happening with our Instagram, where I think there's like an overload of DMs, pun intended. Harv Loving with Italian hands, thank you very much. What is everyone up to? Leave some comments. That's out. Reese with the concert, thank you. Christine with the concert, thank you. Something else I noticed, I went on one of the band's friends' livelies earlier and as a test, and I sent in a panda, and it genuinely took about a minute before that person went, oh, Roach with the panda, thank you very much, and then another minute for that panda to come up in the comments. So if you send something in and it doesn't come up on screen, it does eventually. There's just quite a severe delay where there's 2,500 people watching right now. So for example, OK.Nina has just sent in one Italian hand, and Chelsea is sending in Italian hands. Amber, what's good, Amber? Rise Mistaken, I believe, sending in Italian hands. Love you, love the pair of you, but you might have done that 5 minutes ago, for all we know. So be patient. Do I miss Rye? Yeah, the boys, yeah, I miss their company a little bit. I speak to Rye all day, every day on text anyway. We're just sorting out stuff. Rye's got a lot of good ideas for what the band can be doing in the near future, and I'm doing a lot of the arrangement and contact stuff, so that's good. Obviously Brooke's away. I haven't really heard from the other two. Heard from Mikey very briefly. Told him I was snacking away, and he said he was proud of me. He said, "Mustard misses you," and I was like, ah. And that was the first day we were home. Just on advice on depression. General advice would be always be honest about how you're feeling with the people around you that care about you. So if you have parents that you're close with, siblings, teachers, friends, then if you're honest about how you're feeling or not feeling, as the case may be, then they can help you, because sometimes it takes that extra push to sort that situation out. Something else I'd say, it's an odd one. The reason I say that is because there's many different forms that it can manifest itself into. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's like you're deliriously happy and the next minute you're down, and other times it's like a loss of identity and stuff like that. One thing that I would make it clear to everyone is that it doesn't make you crazy and doesn't make you a freak. I think the statistic when I went through it was 1 in 4. And that statistic has probably risen with the stigma around mental health being lifted slightly in today's society. So there is no shame in feeling down, but please understand that it is just for a period of time, and it can be triggered by anything. It can be a case of like a severe life event, it can be genetic, it can be anything. It can manifest itself so differently. Don't be ashamed of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I first suffered, it was a case of, oh, you're gonna be depressed for 6 months. Here's some antidepressants and some John's warts, and you have the option to go into counselling and you'll be fine. Mine was triggered by life events, do you know what I mean? And it wasn't the case. I dealt with it for over 2 years. No significant life events were happening, but I just wasn't feeling myself at all. Didn't feel good. I wasn't in a good place. I wasn't driven. Didn't want to get out of bed. Secluded myself. Didn't really speak to people. But I was very honest from the start with my mum, who helped me out through the process, and I refused drug therapy because I wanted to beat it by myself, which admittedly made the journey longer, but it made me a lot stronger as a person. So from a personal point of view, that would be my advice. It depends what type of person you are. Always be honest and decide what battle you're going through. If you want to go through something where you get it sorted out quickly because you're scared of what's going on, take any form of help you can. I personally took counselling. I thought that speaking about it was a more pragmatic approach, in the sense of sometimes you say things and when they come out of your mouth, it either makes them more real or makes them ludicrous, and you start to make sense of more. And you learn about like the cognitive behavioural therapy of it all, in the sense that you can start to learn about life events and go, well, am I in control of the outcome of this, and am I not? If I'm in control of the outcome of this event and the outcome of it is upsetting me, then I'm to blame. It doesn't make me depressed, it makes me at fault. Say, for example, your life event was splitting up with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or a partner in general, or a fight you're having with your parents, or your results in school. Those are things you can control. You can study harder, you can be a better partner, you can be a better friend, I guess. But you have to think about it from a more cognitive approach and go, well, am I to blame for another person not being in love with me? Am I to blame for someone not wanting to be in a relationship with me? Not necessarily. It could just be a change of heart, a change of circumstance, the two people not working together very well. So you're not in control of that. So you're allowed to be down about it. It doesn't make you depressed. It makes you human. Every human has feelings. But a lot of those things can stack up, and sometimes it's just a case of needle in a haystack. So you're not normal. You're normal. You just have a chemical imbalance, and once your hormone imbalance, and once your hormones correct themselves and that balance is corrected, you'll feel right as rain. The length of my journey was the difficult part, because by the time I came out of it, I was a very different person. I did feel a lot stronger. I wasn't as extrovert, I don't think. But then very, very quickly after I came out of it, I got made Harvey's guitarist and was put in like a form of limelight straight away, which was a nice distraction and a nice test, and made it easier to deal with, because you learn a lot about yourself when you're in that situation. And I've never had the time or opportunity to relapse, because I've always kept myself busy, I'm always driven, I'm always in a project that I'm passionate about. But before that, I was just in education. Then 2 years later, going through that process, made some bad choices. But then you come out of it and you're into something else. And it wasn't becoming Harvey's guitarist that changed my perspective on life. It was, I was just sat on holiday. Wasn't particularly enjoying the holiday at all, but I was with a friend and another friend. I was watching them play a video game, and I sat there and I just felt like this weight lift off me, like physically and emotionally, and I looked at them and I just went, do you know what, this is the first time that I understand what feeling happy is. And the pair of them have been there through the journey, so they were like, wow, that's amazing. And it was just a moment, and I've not really looked back since. Obviously I felt down. Everyone has like bad periods, some more bad than others. But yeah, the scariest thing about it was, for so long, just being in this state of nothing. People say that depression's hard because you're sad all the time. It's not. The hardest bit about it is the not knowing the difference between sad and happy. That's tough. Because something you used to enjoy doing, or a hobby of yours that used to inspire you, now is just like breathing. And something that should destroy you, you take it on the chin, and it's an odd one. And it's just about getting those emotions back in check. And this is what I'm saying about cognitive behavioural therapy, in the sense of choosing what situations you can and can't control, and then dealing with the ones you can, and understanding that you're allowed to be sad about the ones you can't. Like, if someone made a timeline of my past 4 or 5 years, it's tough. It's been tough, but it's understandable for anyone trying to break into the industry. But some situations you're in control of, and you go, you idiot, shouldn't have done that. And other situations you aren't in control of, and you have to go, I'm sad about that, but it's not the end. It's not the end of my life. Like, we wrote a whole song on it. Don't Hurt Yourself is based on that principle of even when you feel alone, you're not by yourself. Because I know that that's like an instinct for a lot of people. Anyway, that's my advice and my personal story. I'm so honest with you. Yeah, well, yeah. I've never really felt as though I had the license to be honest with a collection of supporters until this band, because there's a media stigma, I think, that needs to be broken down. Drama Queen from I Love Road Trip, thank you very much, love you. And that stigma is that if you give too much of your private life to the public, you will eventually lose your private life. But I don't necessarily think that's true. I think that if you're very honest about your private life, more people will respect it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I open up about my issues with mental health, people will know my story and be more sympathetic of it, and will actually embrace the honesty and the bravery to speak about it, than not know and then treat me as though I've never been through it, and treat me like a novice, and treat me like, oh, your life's been very easy, you've been in a boy band for this amount of time, you've had it all given to you on a plate. Well, if I'm honest with you guys, and I respect you all, and you know that, then you'll understand that the journey has been a lot harder than that, and there'll be an appreciation. And I think there's a closeness between an idol and a fan base that is established from the idol's actions. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm not about to put my birth certificate or address or passport details online, because you wouldn't do that if you weren't in a boy band. But I have no problem telling you guys about, like, personal experiences, but drawing a line when there is a personal life involved. Like, I don't want my friends or close friends or family to be in a position where I put them into this circuit. Do you know what I mean? So if they optionally go, it would be nice to, like, get in a Snapchat with you or get in an Instagram with you, sure, that's your choice. But I'm not going to go, hey, do you want to get in this content, so that I can be like, look, this is me with my mum, or me with my mate. Because that's me using my personal life for public gain, and I don't believe in that. So, but I don't think there's anything wrong with being completely and utterly honest with you guys at all, as long as you thank you, Arkansas roadies, as long as you take that information and process it and understand that person more, and hopefully it helps you invest into that person more because you feel closer to them. Like, loads of you guys will know my middle name, my star sign, my shoe size, my favourite colours, favourite artists, favourite songs, favourite football team, like all this stuff that you might not even necessarily know about your best friend, but that's because we've relayed that information and you choose. It's like putting a load of bits of information into a pot. Thank you, Chelsea, for the concert. Putting loads of facts and characteristics into a pot and then going, right, 350,000 of you on Instagram, or 600,000 on TikTok, or 700,000 on YouTube, or whatever the statistics are, going, right, you have an unlimited amount of picks from that pot. Pick until you like the band. And some people, they go, oh, they look good. That's enough. I don't need to know anymore, I just like looking at them. Oh, they sing good. They look and sing good. That's enough for me to like the band. And that's totally fine, but some people will constantly pick out of that pot because they feel like there's an investment there. They go, okay, I really want to know Brooke's favourite colour. I want to know Rye's shoe size. I want to know the names of all of Mikey's relatives and stuff like that. And sometimes the information isn't in the pot for you to grasp, and that's a difficult dynamic to draw. But other times it is, and people pick out that information and learn so much about people because they want to be invested in them. So the more information I can put in that pot, the more I think you guys will appreciate the band and appreciate the honesty, and then understand the story a bit more of how we went from a boy from Manchester, Essex, Glasgow, Somerset and Dublin to being in this band that you guys watch on a daily basis. Do you know what I mean? There's no shame in that at all. So I don't think I'm brave for opening up about my mental health, because I told all my friends. I've never been ashamed of it. I've never denied it. XO_roadie with an I'm very rich, thank you. And a concert. Reese with a concert, thank you. Love it. you sing Gavin James? Probably not. I've got a really sore voice today. XO_Roadie with an I'm very rich, thank you. Wait, darling. I was gonna click your username. I promise that I'll hold you when it's cold out. Lose our winter coats in the spring. Lately I was thinking I never told you that every time I see you my heart sinks. 'Cause we lived at the carnival in summer, scared ourselves to death on a ghost train. Just like every Ferris wheel stops turning. Oh, I guess we had an expiration date. So I won't say I love you, it's too late. There you go. There you are. XO_Roadie_Harvey_XO. You just got yourself a follow because you've been insane this live stream. Thank you. Do I have any pets? No. I used to have a cat. Died when I was younger. He was a very, 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 very special cat. Loved him. In my blood. That'd be a nightmare. I don't. How would you play that? I just play it in my blood. It's like. Starts. What are chords for my blood then? I'm normally very good at working them out, but it's good to hear it. help me. So it's okay. So like a more acoustic version will be up here. Help me, it's like the walls are caving in. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I just can't. It isn't in my blood. Help me, it's like the walls are caving in. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I just can't. It isn't in my blood. Laying on the bathroom floor. It's too low for me. Yo, JB here, XD with the Drama Queen, thank you very much. Laying on the bathroom floor, feeling nothing. I'm overwhelmed and insecure. Give me something I can take to ease my mind slowly. Just have a drink and you'll feel better. Just take her home and you'll feel better. Keep telling me that it gets better. Does it ever? Help me. It's like the walls are caving in. Sometimes I feel like giving up. No medicine is strong enough. Someone help me. I'm crawling in my skin. Sometimes I feel like giving up, but I just can't. It isn't in my blood. Probably deafened half of you. It isn't in my blood. I need somebody now. I need somebody now. Someone to help me out. I need somebody now. It isn't in my blood. There you go. A little bit. I need somebody now. Cringe. Someone say cringe. Nice one. Why do I call myself a singer? Because I do this thing, right, where I sing. Might not necessarily be to your taste. I'm sure there's quite a few people here that will disagree. Electro Ride with the Panda, thank you. Dying in LA. What's the chords to? Love that song. Nobody knows you know when you're dying in LA. Ooh. Wow. You couldn't believe. You couldn't believe. It's a nightmare. Every face along the boulevard is a dreamer just like you. You looked at death in a tarot card and you saw what you had to do. But nobody knows you know when you're dying in LA. Nobody knows you know when you're dying in LA. next chords. Oh, the power, oh, the power, the power, the power. Oh, the power, the power, the power of LA. Whoa, Maria with 500 pandas. That's sick. Thank you. One last time. Okay, I remember. So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. One more time, I promise after that I'll let you go. They're not nice chords. It's too beautiful a song. Capo 6, right. I was a liar, I gave into the fire. No, I should have fallen, at least I'm being honest. Feel like a failure, cause I know that I failed you. No, I should have done you better, cause you don't wanna lie. There we go. One last time. I was a liar, I gave into the fire. One liar, I gave into the fire. No, I should have fallen, at least I'm being honest. Feel like a failure, cause I know that I failed you. I should have done you better, cause you don't wanna lie. And I know, and I know, and I know she gives you everything. Boy, I couldn't give it to you. And I know, and I know, that you got everything, but I got nothing here without you. So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. One more time, I promise after that I'll let you go. Baby, I don't care if you've got hurt in your heart. All I really care is you wake up in my arms. One last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. Ooh. Cool. Yeah, if I worked on that, I reckon that'd be quite nice. One last time. One last time. I need to be the one who takes you home. Try it down here. I was a liar, I gave into the fire. I know I should have fought it, at least I'm being honest. Feel like a failure, cause I know that I failed you. Now I'm hurting, I don't want to lie. And I know, and I know, and I know she gives you everything, but boy, I couldn't give it to you. And I know, and I know, and I know that you got everything, but I've got nothing here without you. So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. Right. One last time. What is it? What's it called? Sorry. One last time. I need to be the one who takes you home. One more time, I promise after that I'll let you go. Baby, I don't care if you've got hurt in your heart. All I really care is you wake up in my arms. So one last time, I need to be the one who takes you home. EXO, Rhodey, thank you. Love that song. I reckon there's a proper nice version out there. Hallelujah. Heard there was a secret chord the day they played and please the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Going in the void of it, my fault, the fate you lit, the Bible king could buzz it, hallelujah. Alright, gonna do it down one. Now I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Goes like this: the 4/4, the 5th, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. Saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. It's not a crime that you're here at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a code and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 Bits of that one really nice actually. You gotta get the words up to hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before, I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. Right, screw it, we're doing the whole song. Holy needs a broken hallelujah. Right, we're going a bit higher. Sorry if this like messes with your speakers. Well, I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the 4th, the 5th, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to her kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. But baby, I've been here before. I've seen this room and I've walked this floor. You know, I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the marble arch. Love is not a victory mark. It's a code and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Was a time when you let me know what's really going on down below. But now you never show me to that, do ya? Remember when I moved you in and the holy dove was moving too, and every breath we drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above. All I've ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew you. And it's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Bit naff that really, wasn't it? But you know, it was a not somebody who's seen the light to call and it's a broken hallelujah. There's a little bit in there that was alright. Not somebody somebody. I went proper Whitney Houston. Not a crime you see at night. It's not somebody. Proper soul. If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling our Father. Oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn on, flames burn on, flames burn on the mountainside. There you go. Alright. Saw someone request it. We'll take it slightly higher. Hey. Thank you, Amber. If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out further. Oh, stand by and we will watch the flames burn on and on the mountainside. And if my people fall, then surely I'll do the same. What's a man to hold? We got too close to the flame, calling out further. Oh, stand by, we will watch the flames burn on and on the mountainside. Desolation comes from the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire, blood and debris. And I see fire, hollow wind souls. And I see fire burn on the mountainside. And I hope that you remember me. Tune for the whole thing. It wasn't very good. Aging superhero again, really? Alright, we'll do Agent Superhero again, because the version that Newton saw wasn't particularly good, so. Thank you, Annie and Amber and Arkansas Roadies. Every time I think I'm growing up, I find out that I just slip back. I've got it all wrong, you know. I feel younger than I did when I was younger on a backwards track. I thought by now could have figured it out. Instead I'm further back. It feels kinda stupid, but I feel 16 in my head. But I guess that's only 5 years back. I won't see the signs. It took so long, you were always on my mind. All the times I've tried to take a little time off for myself, I'm growing old alone again. But I find in my mind that I'm not. Time is running out and I just wanna say I'm sorry now, before I'm all alone again. But I'm broken and cold, the aging superhero in me is tired, 'cause he's lived too fast for too long and he still longs to be inspired. old, feel broke, feel cold, and I can't fight back. It sounds so stupid, it's gone, this train won't run. Guess it must be the track. But I won't see the signs. It took so long, you were always on my mind. All the times I try to take a little time out for myself, I'm growing old alone again, but I find in my mind that I'm not. Time is running out and I just wanna say I'm sorry now before I'm all alone again. But I'm broken and cold, the aging superhero in me is tired, 'cause he's lived too fast for too long, and he still longs to be inspired. Messed up. Dee-do, dee-do, wait I did, wait I did, dee-do, da-da-do, wait I did, I won't see the signs. Took so long, you were always on my mind. All the times, all the times I've tried to take a little time out for myself, I'm growing old alone again, but I find in my mind that I'm not. Time is running out and I just wanna say I'm sorry now before I'm all alone again. But I'm broken and cold, the aging superhero in me is so tired. He's lived too fast for too long, and he still longs to be inspired. The range on that man is ridiculous. Like, and I won't have done it justice through here, but you know, it's a bit better than the last one, other than the messed up bit, you know. What was that? That was an interesting comment. What did that say? Longs to be inspired. What was the most vocally demanding cover? Great question. That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. Rye was really ill that day, so that was tough. But sing any Bruno Mars one, man. Blame it on my confidence, don't blame it on your measurements. Because it's like, it's not just hitting the note, you have to like execute it. What's the key of finesse? I think most people would expect it to be This Is Me, but that like scream falsetto isn't as challenging as like doing it full voice right up there. Like, gonna drown them all. But then like, when I'm walking with you, what's the key of it? I think it's like semitone below that. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. No, my baby don't play. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Blame it on my confidence. Yeah, it's a nightmare, that. It's like, blame it on my... It's like getting that groove in between each note, which I really enjoyed doing. It was a proper struggle. No, my baby don't play. Blame it on my confidence. Don't blame it on your measurements. But hitting that full voice with like that grit that I like to put behind stuff. I don't even want to try it. It'll probably break your phone speakers. No, my baby, don't play. Blame it on my confidence. Don't blame it on your measurements. Shut the down on sight. That's right. We are here dripping in funness. It don't make no sense. And then we had, good girl, you know we got it going on. Like that mad lib that Rye did, so I had to follow the harmony underneath it, and then in the same register, girl, we got it. Don't it feel so good to be us, baby? Oh, you know. Nightmare. But that, no, baby, don't play. That grit. Full voice. Nightmare. In my feelings, fairly easy. The most challenging bit was taking it from too bad and we kissing in the worth to too bad and we kissing in the way, like that, kind of taking it more down like the boy band vocal-esque route was fun. It was a fun arrangement, coming up with the harmonies and stuff, to take it from that like sample and turn it into like a part, like a sung bit of the song, was dope. The run in No Brainer was a nightmare. I'd never say I had the most athletic voice. I wouldn't like say trilling is my forte. It's Rye's forte and Harvey's forte. They are like two of the best I've personally ever met. Harvey in particular, but Rye's got that like agility to his voice. Where he went, ooh, all that stuff where you can just move it up and down like it's nothing. Whereas me, I'm like constantly thinking. But then some people will be like, yeah, but your range is really good, or your tone's very nice. And so like it's catch-22. So like in No Brainer, you stick out at the crowd, baby, it's a no-brainer. It ain't hard to choose him or me, but for real, baby, it's a no-brainer. You got your mind on loose, go out and watch your sunrise. One night will change your whole life. It's like getting that speed and the agility. One night will change your whole life. Pop top, drop top, baby. Pop top, drop top, baby. It's a no-brainer. The beauty of that song, this is why Justin Bieber's so clever, is the melody doesn't, like, never goes where you expect it to. One night will change your whole life. Pop top, drop top, baby. It's a no-brainer. But twice the speed, like the agility he's got to his voice, man, is insane. Love you too, Megan. Oh, that was a good comment as well. What did that say? What's your opinions on Daily Bling going to Ajax? I'm happy for him. Would you ever cover a Panic at the Disco song? I would love to. I'd be in my forte. I'd be in my element there. Pray for the wicked on the weekend! But like full with that grit. Do you... there you go. Katie Smith. This is a sick question. Thank you, Katie, for the wicked question. Do I wish I had any siblings? That's a sick question. I think growing up, I always wanted a brother, because then I always had a mate to play football with. But I think the bond I've got with my mum is pretty insane. And I think it would have still been the same if I had a sibling. But it's hard to know. Well, I guess I had 4 siblings in another project. And I've got 4 now. So I imagine what my relationship with Brooklyn is like to be very similar to brothers. Like, I think we annoy the hell out of each other. He probably thinks I'm massively bossy and really rude and arrogant, and I think he's like annoying and stuff. But there's like an unconditional love and protection there, particularly from my side to Brooke. So I imagine that's what it's like to have a brother. I think Mikey would be my best mate. Jack would be the guy I'd be most likely to hang out with outside of the band if the band didn't exist, because we share similar interests. Brooke is like my little brother, and Rye is like, we're very similar and very different, so I guess it'd be like having a twin that looked nothing like you and acted nothing like you, I guess. But yeah, so... But then Brooke and I will always be like the ones who play in the PlayStation, and like... So there's a good dynamic there. It's what I imagine having a little brother feels like. Everyone's commenting boyfriend now with Rye. How many guitars do I own? I own 3 acoustics. I have this freshman one here. This is a cheapish one. I got this. Well, this is called Leah. This is named after Leah Michelle from Glee, because I had a massive crush on Leah Michelle. My first guitar that I got for Christmas from my mum is a Fender. I can't remember the brand of it. That one is called Demi, because I had a massive crush on Demi Lovato. Then I have my first acoustic guitar is long gone. It was like a kid's one. Then I got an electric guitar, which is a Fender Strat Squire. Don't use that anymore. Never had a name. And then I've got this, the one that I use frequently, the Gibson, which I think is called Camila, for obvious reasons. So I need to get 2 new guitars. Well, 3. Well, about 8. For all the loves of my life that are walking around this earth. Lily James being one of them. Zara Larsson, Camila Cabello. I've already got one for you. Becky G. Ariana Grande. Selena Gomez. Margot Robbie. Mila Kunis. Yeah. Just snacking, aren't I? Lily James in Mamma Mia 2. What a performance. What a performance that was. Becky G's just banging, isn't she? Let's be real. Like, ludicrously talented, ludicrously sexy. Just really good looking, isn't she? Zara Larsson. Zara and Camila are in the same boat for me. Like, they're both beautiful, but their talent, I literally watch them, I'm like, oh. If I had half the talent you do, sorry. I saw another good comment. I like these deep questions. How many instruments can you play? 4. Weirdest conversation with a roadie? They're never really weird. Love on the Brain? Yeah, I know, tell me about it. Opinions on Shawn Mendes? Ludicrously talented lad. Do you consider yourself a thick sis? See, I don't know what that means. Does it mean like fat or curvy? I don't know. Would you rather marry Brooke or Rye? Rye. When was your last girlfriend? Most of you know. Don't need to go into it. Right. Thick sis, I don't even know what that means. Anyway, I'm gonna go My voice is sore. I need to go eat some healthy food. Keep that jawline on fleek. Anyway, love you all. Thank you for staying on. It's been quite a long one. 5,000 of you. That's dope. Reese with the concert. Reese, I love you, man. It's like a new thing you're doing where you, just as we leave, you go, concert. That's funny. I appreciate you, Reese. I appreciate all of you. Thank you to everyone who's got involved. Arkansas Roadies, XO_. Oh, I've forgotten your name. I'm a really bad person. I'm sorry. Roddy Clark. Who else was there? Nina, you've been there. Amber, Kylie. I'm an awful person. I'm just gonna go because I love you all and ignore the drama and